Hello, and welcome to a Flashy Podcast episode 2 being broadcasted live on Twitch at twitch.tv/flash_hound, hound being spelled H0UND at time of the live broadcast, as it may be different when you extend or expand the YouTube description. Or you can just contact me personally through the QR code on screen if you're watching this on YouTube. This podcast is also on Spotify. And we're going to get it started with the following topics. An update on my personal life. My take on the spam bots that post best viewers on or cheap viewers on the National Hockey League schedule for the 2025-2026 season, streams going forward, and, well, many more. Depends on what I come up with. For those watching live on Twitch, all alerts of any kind, including sound redeems, are off during this live podcast. Now, I had originally wanted to have a guest up for this podcast, being Tibbers or Cinder Shadow, or maybe Roku Hato. But couldn't really get a guest aligned for this podcast. I will hopefully try to get a guest on for a future episode of a Flashy Podcast. And the music you're hearing in the background is my song commission, which will be put on loop. Well, it's just, well, time to bring up an update to my personal life. As you've seen through my Twitch streams, that I have a donation goal of $1,435 US. That is a monthly rent donation goal, and it is from, well, from October 1st to my 35th birthday, the 31st of March 2026. And the lease would be set to renew April 1st of 2026. I have to slow down every time I say the year, because I could say 1 year and I mean another year. But it is simply put that as of October 1st, 2025, I will most likely be evicted because I do not have like over 10,000 US dollars to keep myself living in my current apartment for rent. That is 6 months worth of rent, totaling over 10,000 US dollars. So if anybody's listening to this on Spotify or watching this on YouTube and is hiring full-time or even part-time, please get in contact with me through the QR code on screen via YouTube. You can find me on social media at, well, on Twitter, also known as X, at @Flash_Hound, H0UND. Also, contact me on Telegram at FlashHound, Blue Sky at flashhound.bsky.social, and on Facebook at FlashHound2014. I would like to give out my personal cell, but that is, well, personal, and I am not going to give this out since this is being recorded live on twitch.tv/Flash_Hound, Hound being spelled H0UND. So, if I am evicted in October of 2025, streams will be on hiatus from, well, mid-September onwards, as I would be in the stupid process of moving in with family, or worse, I'll become homeless. So if you want to keep me where I live, go to streamlabs.com/flash_hound, hound again being spelled H0UND. And I need to remind people that donations of any kind are non-refundable, and you need to make sure you are in good financial standing before donating to me. Moving on to what seems to be an almost daily basis of spam bots entering stream chats, posting best viewers on or cheap viewers on. And, well, it just, like, bugs me that it happens almost every stream, every live stream that it happens. I mean, the people who operate the spam bots have nothing better to do than to go after people's Twitch accounts. Doesn't matter how many followers or how many viewers they have. They want to compromise as many accounts as possible. The account is either one that has been created within the last 7 days, or it's a compromised account where someone has, well, fell for the spam and got their account compromised. I'm not going to go over some examples of what usernames I've seen because I've already reported them and Twitch has disabled them. And every time I refresh, every time I've refreshed whether it's refreshing the mod view or refreshing the creator dashboard, after reporting the spam bot account to Twitch, it is transformed from whatever username it is to unknown user. There was one yesterday, the 24th of July. It posted a common cheap viewers on streamboo space.live beginning parentheses, remove the space, ending parentheses, at, and whatever it's adding, it would at another bot. So, my take on it is to simply not get your account compromised in the first place. What I do is every time I see a new variation of the spam bot's messages, like best viewers on, or cheap viewers on, or cheap viewers, or best viewers, I add it to my automod block terms, which I'm not going to show even on YouTube or live on Twitch. And the very next time, or any time from that point onwards, that message gets posted or tries to get posted in the stream chat for future streams, it will be held by Automod, put into the Automod queue, and then this is where it gets much better. I have Seribot added to my channel, to my chat as a moderator. Seribot will instantly deny the message and ban the bot. I will see an assistant message in the chat saying Seribot banned whatever the bot name happens to be at the time with reason, spam protection, and then I gotta like go to my batch reporting tool and report the bot to Twitch, and then immediately or like a few minutes later, Twitch will ban the bot. The fact that I have the messages set up in my auto mod for block terms makes it so the people watching my Twitch streams, like this one right now, live on twitch.tv//_hound, hound once again being spelled H0UND. For those on YouTube, you can extend the video description or scan the QR code with your mobile device. When this gets uploaded to YouTube, hopefully same day, and well, it's better to prevent the problem from occurring or reoccurring by blocking the known terms that the spam bots use than to wait for it to happen and then having to step aside from whatever you're streaming. Could be Peak, could be Marvel Rivals, could be Rocket League or Fortnite, whatever it is you're streaming at the time. And having to delete the message, or if there would be mods present, them having to like delete the messages. But for me personally, when I see a spam bot appear in my automod queue, I would have to stop whatever I'm doing and ban the bot. So that's just my take on it. What else is my take is the 2025-2026 NHL schedule. It has come out, and as I'm pulling it up right now on the laptop, I'm pulling up a printable PDF because I want to keep the conversation flow going without having to step aside and go. I feel the Sharks season 35, yes, it's the 35th season, is actually like good, and with all the news about like trades and signings and the NHL draft that recently finished, I think it's like a good strong schedule. Some key dates I want to point out is November 2nd at home versus Detroit at 5 p.m. Pacific time. That's a good game because, well, I went to a San Jose Sharks road game in Detroit this past January. It is January the 14th, that game was, of last season. And I saw all types of goals: an empty net goal, a power play goal, a shorthanded goal, and a natural goal. In a 6-3 victory. And like, it's Detroit, and Eminem is from Detroit, Michigan. So is somebody who I'm not going to name drop. I obviously had to go try Mom's Spaghetti, and there's an actual restaurant in downtown Detroit, Michigan called Mom's Spaghetti. Like, you wait outside, well, you go up to the window, order, wait, and then, well, you get the order, and like a to go, like, cup, like, takeout box. That's what it is. A few more games I want to point out are December 31st at home, 1 p.m. against Minnesota. Good way to end the calendar year, because that game could get wild. And it's against the Minnesota Wild without Marc-Andre Fleury, because he is now retired. Other games I want to point out are February 28th at home versus the Edmonton Oilers at 1 p.m. Pacific time, and then March 1st at 1 p.m. home game against the Winnipeg Jets. Like, back-to-backs at home are good, but back-to-backs on the road, like, it's, well, okay. 2 road games at the tail end of the regular season, I want to point out, are April 15th at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, 6:30 p.m. Central time in Chicago against the Blackhawks. And then April 16th, 2026 at 4 p.m. on the road in Winnipeg against the Jets. Just gonna see. Oh, you got like got Illinois, which is like 3 states and a province. Like, from Illinois, and since that game would be at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, 6:30 p.m. Central, Game estimated to end at 9:30 p.m. Central, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. There's no like time zone adjustment when going from Illinois, USA to Winnipeg, Manitoba up in Canada. My best guess is that it's a strong schedule. Just the equipment team for the Sharks would have to start packing during the second intermission of the Sharks road game in Chicago, Illinois, while the players are skating around getting ready for the third period of that game, and then the puck dropping at center ice for the third period. The Sharks and Blackhawks play the third period. But there's also the possibility of that game going to overtime and then the shootout, which could delay the travel time. So, is it a postseason contention schedule? I don't have a firm answer for that, but it is strong enough, as the Sharks have been working on a rebuild for multiple seasons. And for me personally, prior to the 2025 draft that was headlined by the New York Rangers or Islanders, I can't remember which one, but it was a New York team. I think it was the Rangers. But with the draft picks that took place, a star player I'd like to keep focus on is Misa, M-I-S-A, from the recent draft. We'll just see in like December, January how the schedule holds up at that point. And one last thing I want to touch on would be streams going forward. And I did touch on this earlier in the podcast, but I'm going to bring it up now. Because I've opted for like the plan with my local electric company, to where I need to be like very cautious between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. Pacific time, especially on weekends when running the electricity or using my gas stove. Streams are going to be moving forward 4 hours to 9 p.m. Pacific time starting August 3rd, 2025, or they have already been pushed up 4 hours to 9 p.m. Pacific time and will conclude no later than 1 a.m. Pacific time the next calendar day. So I can just basically, like, let's say, go to San Francisco and spend the day there and then come back. Jump on the computer and stream. But from now until August 2nd of 2025, or it has already, well, been in effect for the change, depending on when you're watching this on YouTube or listening to this on Spotify. Streams will be at 5 p.m. Pacific time, and then starting August 3rd, 2025, or already in effect, depending on when you're watching this on YouTube or listening to this on Spotify. Streams will be at 9 p.m. Pacific time on twitch.tv/flash_hound. Hound, once again, being spelled H0UND. If that is not the correct spelling, please check the video description below on YouTube, or you can scan the QR code on screen if watching on YouTube for the current Twitch link. But with that said, that is it for the Flashy, or a Flashy podcast. Episode 3 will be at a to be announced date. And with that said, I will see you next time on a Flashy podcast.